Let's generate a curl command to update OSGI configurations with this easy to use tool created by sourcecode.com. So when you go on this website, you scroll to the middle of the page, you'll actually see that this tool is being built with React.js version 16. The tools right here is highly interactive, so that means that whenever you're making changes in the fields, it's actually going to populate changes in here and also from here. So for example, if I just come here, I'll just start typing stuff in, you can actually see that it's actually interacting with the stuff that we need. So in this case, this is going to be the curl command that you're going to invoke to actually make changes into your OSGI backend. Let's go through each of the fields on what you have to put in order to use this tool in a proper fashion. So now we have the first input field, which is the AEM environment. This is going to be the environment that you're going to make changes to after when you invoke that curl command. You got the username and password. This is going to be the user that you are going to use to make changes into your AEM environment. You got the OSGI service configuration PID where you're going to paste in here that is going to find that configuration is going to make changes to it. So in this case, for this demo, we're just going to be making changes to the DayCQ mail service. So from here, let's just copy the PID, go back to the tool. I'm going to paste the PID in here. So now you can actually see some changes happening inside this box right here, and then this URL down there. So this is going to be the curl that you're going to invoke as expected. And also this is going to be the short link that you can actually click on here, and it's going to open the OSGI console, and then it's going to open the dialog right in front of your eyes. So in this case, the next input fields that we have to input is going to be the manage keys and pair properties, where here you have to go back and forth to this page and you have to manually copy the IDs or the keys over to this application. So for the SMTP host, I'm just going to put SMTP source code dot host. So these are just going to be example values, but then these are going to be just for the demo. So for the ports, I'm just going to put out 4502. So then you can actually see the changes happening. So SMTP user. So this is actually going to be the email. So I'm just going to put contact@me.com. The next field that we're going to copy is going to be the password. So this is just going to be, you know, password right there. So let's jump into the next field, which is the from address. From the from address, just put that in there. I'm just gonna copy contact@me.com because when you're sending out an email, it should be the same user. Not all the time, but in my situation for this demo, I'm just gonna make it come from the same user. So in this case, the reason why I'm copying and pasting all these three items because they're booleans and they all have the same values. I can just put in once and then true true true. So now I have all the fields that I need to update. The curl command actually generated the one that I need to invoke. So I'm just going to click on this, copy, and then I'm going to open my terminal. And then from there, I'm going to paste in the curl command, press enter. And then instead of going back into the tab that I have opened, I'm just going to click on this link right here. And it's actually going to open me a new tab. It's going to open the dialog right in front of me. So as you can see, all the values has been inserted into my AEM environment. And that concludes the demo. Let's scroll down to the page and there are some notes that we have to go through. So in this case, this tool is actually completely free. All the input that are actually inputted into this tool is actually never being saved on sourcecode.com, so your information is completely safe. When you're dealing with OSGI configurations that has array configurations, how you can achieve this is by you can add key pair values entry with the same key name as the previous pair. So in this case, you can imagine that if you have two from email addresses, then what you need to do is that you need to have two key pair keys that has the same name, and then you just put like a another value in here. So for example, contact to at me.com. Unfortunately, when you are using this tool, you have to make sure that every single ID is actually inserted into the tool itself, because if you're missing one, it's just going to completely wipe out the configuration. So just got to make sure that you have all the fields populated. If you want to use this tool and you want to share it with your colleagues, you can actually share the configurations by clicking on the Get Above Shareable Configuration link. So for example, if you don't want your colleague to go through this pane, you can just click on this button and then that'll copy a URL for you to send to your colleague. And once when they enter that link, it'll just populate the area for them so that they can make some changes here and generate a new curl command and be on their way. Let's go back down to the notes section. So I just wanted to say that I created this tool to actually help my colleagues because they needed some help to create curl commands and it was just becoming too tedious. So that's why I created this tool to help everyone out. So that concludes the demo. Thank you for watching.